What's good, everybody? Welcome back to the channel, man. I'm glad y'all joining us for this series that we're about to launch off, man. We taking off for real. But anyways, man, this series is gonna be on none other but all the members, man. The real hitters, the real steppers. You know what I'm talking about, straight from Chirac. And we're gonna take it off this season with none other but 600 Dee Thang, man. But before we start, man, make sure y'all subscribe to the channel so y'all can get every single episode, every update that we put out. Y'all do not want to miss on this series, man. Also, make sure y'all leave that like. Y'all might as well just shoot that down right now before y'all forget. And also remember to always leave a comment, man. We love reading y'all comments. We love the feedback. But that's enough with the introduction. Let's just jump straight into it, gang. And like I mentioned earlier, this season starting off with Dee Thang 600. So Dee Thang 600 from Chicago. Also, his real name was Devon Barner, and he had a lot of respect in his neighborhood. A lot of people wouldn't even call him Dee Thang. They would just call him 3 times or 3X. And Dee Thang was actually, one of the actual original members of 600, which is a bunch of black disciples. And of course, he was around the era when most of his affiliates became famous and started taking off in this rap career. So 600's neighborhood is located on 60th King Drive through 59th, and that's why they took in the 60th of King Drive 060 and just made it into 600, also because they were affiliated with the Lamrons 300, which we know from Chief Keef, Lil Reese. Dee Thang and his best friend Lil Boo from 600 as well were actually the main ones who started off the whole set around their neighborhood. And they felt like they needed to start it because other sets, other neighborhoods, also known as oppositions, were sliding around 600 and just letting shots off, or jumping on the younger members from 600. So they felt like they needed to protect each other, and they started 600. The crazy part is that till this day, 600 is known to be black disciples. But when it first formed, including Dee Thang's best friend Lil Boo, most of the members that were from 600 were gangster disciples, man. But then later, they got into it with other sets around their neighborhood that were also gangster disciples, and they formed an alliance with black disciples. So they ended up, switching from GDs to BDs. And Dee Thang was also, one of the ones that was a GD when they first started. But for the love of his brothers and all his other, his neighborhood, he became a black disciple as well. Dee Thang was the face of 600 at that moment. And Dee Thang had a very strong family. He had some blood brothers that were actually credit in the streets in his neighborhood, and they were also part of 600. Dee Thang brought them into the Black Disciple 600 family. And everybody knew their names around, Southside Chirac. One of Dee Thang's brothers, named M Thang, was just starting to follow Dee Thang's footsteps. As time goes by, M Thang became really big name just as his brother. He also has another 2 brothers. One that is incarcerated right now, known as Trigger 600, and his other brother's name is Domo. So all 4 of them were all 600. They were all brothers. But none of them can compare to Dee Thang. See, Dee Thang was the outstanding member. Dee Thang was the threat, the main one from 600. His name was really buzzing all through Southside. And all the 600 members, man, they always showed respect and love for Dee Thang. They never wanted to be on his bad side. As well with the oppositions, word in the street is when they would see Dee Thang, a lot of people, would get nervous. Some of them would even try to walk away and hide. Dee Thang was known out there in the streets to really be a stepper. He was really letting shots off. So people knew what his intentions were when they would come see him walking by. Word is that Dee Thang would always clap at the oppositions, and he actually ended up striking 2 of them, turning them into packs. So that was already 2x right there. One of the main packs that Dee Thang created was a notable member named Hottie from Jaro City. And that might have been Dee Thang's mistake, making Jaro City Hottie into a pack, because after that, karma came way back to him. So Dee Thang's name was really buzzing out on, Southside. And they say that he was really clapping at the ops. Like he was really, had probably clapped at like 18 members from Jaro City and all types of other GDs that were surrounding 600's block. So Dee Thang's little, street legend journey became shorter through time, and he ended up actually getting caught by the ops. Allegedly it was by Jaro City for revenge for what he did to Hottie, and this was in 2011, where it was confirmed that Dee Thang was no longer the muscle 600 and was taken out. But he did leave behind his credit, where he did put in his work for his brothers, for 600, for his set. In 2009, 10, and 11, we know that in Southside Chicago, man, was some of the craziest years where, the sets were actually going back and forth consistently. So the street legend of Dee Thang 600, the story is still around the streets. And we're going to get into when he passed away. There's a lot of different, confusion about whether he was hit and passed away on the scene, or if it was, he ran off and went up some stairs and collapsed, or was he, still breathing, and when he got hit, sent to the hospital, that's where he passed away. So I'm gonna tell y'all what they told me. This is the story of after Dee Thang, how he was caught. So Dee Thang ends up running into this Jaro City member named Dome. And Dome had already been looking for Dee Thang over what happened to Hottie. See, Dee Thang caught Hottie, so Dome was gonna go get back his lick on Dee Thang 600. Which he does end up finding, Dee Thang in the street. Dee Thang was actually sitting in the car. He gets off the car. He tries to run, but unfortunately, Dome from Jaro City catches him, claps him, and that was the end of Dee Thang, man. Dee Thang 600 has been a legend in the neighborhood of 600 within all the BDs. Dee Thang had the most respect out of all the members of 600. Dee Thang was like the general where everyone, of 600 looked up to him. Dee Thang was the one that would pick at everyone's mind, pretty much, feed them this mentality of, KT, kill to survive type of mentality. And that's where you had the new generation of the youngins like Tay, LA, Rondo, and all these other little C-Day savages that, grew up thinking that type of mentality off of Dee Thang and Lil Boo. But yeah, rest up to Dee Thang, man, and we're gonna leave it at that. Shout out y'all for watching the video, man. Go ahead and subscribe, leave a like, and look out for the next episode. Y'all know who you rocking with, man. Street legends. Let's get it. Gang, gang.